Sorry, I'm having a really hard time saying this. I'm like allergic to this following phrase.
Bitcoin to 10 million. If you've been on crypto YouTube or Twitter, I'm sure you saw today a few videos and topics about a $10 million Bitcoin. Here we have another one posted here, $10 million per Bitcoin. $10 million per Bitcoin. But just how realistic is that? Are these videos simply for clicks, or is there something really behind the idea of a $10 million Bitcoin? That's what we're gonna be talking about in this video. Guys, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, make sure to stay tuned and we can really just dive into this. So one of the first things I want to highlight about a $10 million Bitcoin is that it's estimated all of the derivatives, everything in the world is about maybe around $1 quadrillion. And then the low end estimate is about half of that, of $500 trillion, which is quite a lot. So what would Bitcoin's market cap need to be to reach $10 million per Bitcoin? It's a little bit higher than you might think, and it would actually have to take up half or about 25% based on those differences in estimates of the entire cryptocurrency or the entire derivative and asset, everything, all the value of money in the entire world to reach 10 million. So what you would do is take the current price times the current circulation, and that would give you the estimated market cap of a $10 million Bitcoin. And guys, as of right now, that would be about $180 trillion in market cap, which would take up over, between 20 to 50% of the estimated total value of derivatives, assets, everything, of the entire value of the earth, of humankind, essentially. So how likely is that? I don't know. It doesn't seem super likely to me, but you never know. These YouTubers are throwing this out there as video titles, so that's what we're going to dive into in this video. Is a $10 million Bitcoin likely and even worth talking about right now? I'm gonna venture a guess and say I don't think it really is, but this is a topic that I want to explore in this video here. So these videos that I'm seeing today are all based on this tweet, which received over 660 retweets and actually 2,000 likes on Twitter right here. It was posted by Dr. Bitcoin MD. You think Bitcoin Twitter is bullish? Hal Finney was calculating a Bitcoin price of 10 million per coin a week after the Genesis block in early January 2009. So that's what these videos are based on. This tweet right here, this little thread right here, you can see it clearly here about a little text thread supposedly written by Hal Finney about the Bitcoin experiment, and if it's successful, and if it becomes the dominant payment system throughout the world, the total value of all currency should be equal to the total value of wealth in the world. Current estimates of total worldwide household wealth that I have found range from 100 trillion to 300 trillion. With 20 million coins, that gives each coin a value of about $10 million per Bitcoin. Now, that is a big stretch right there. Is that possible? Not anywhere in the near-term future at all. But people are bringing it up, and it's interesting to me why they're bringing it up. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's very relevant to today. If we look on Bitcoin's chart today, and I want to switch this to the weekly, if we look on Bitcoin's chart today, you can see that on a logarithmic chart, this is where $10 million would be for Bitcoin, and we're not very close to that. On this chart, it makes it look a little closer than it is just because of percentage, just because of how a logarithmic chart works. But yeah, we're not very close to 10 million. $20,000 was the all-time high, and that is right where my cursor is, right here at this line right here. This was all-time high of Bitcoin. You can see it here as well. And this is where $10 million per Bitcoin is. So is it relevant to talk about? Well, according to these cryptocurrency YouTubers, it has been talked about in the past. Actually, you see this $10 million per coin price prediction used before. And interestingly, this video, which was originally posted today, has had its title changed to Bitcoin Ready to Move, Bitcoin price prediction from 2009. So the 10 million was taken out. However, this video still has the $10 million price prediction in there from 2009. Again, guys, for that to be the case, to be able to calculate that, you could simply take the circulating supply times the current price, and that would give you the estimated market cap of what that would need. And again, it would be well over $150 trillion in market cap, which Bitcoin right now is about $180 billion in market cap. And 180 trillion is quite a large leap from that. It would be much, much higher. Now, if it were the case that Bitcoin could reach those astronomical price levels, what would that mean for the rest of cryptocurrencies? What would it mean for maybe our favorite guy here, Litecoin, some Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Stellar, Monero? What would it mean for these coins here? Would they increase as much as well? Well, I think according to Hal's prediction back then, right when Bitcoin started back in the early 2009, even 2008, I don't think he was really factoring altcoins to that, and I don't think a lot of people were. And you can see here a significant portion of this market cap is taken up by other altcoins. 32% of cryptocurrencies are coins besides Bitcoin. Granted, that's very high. Bitcoin is taking up a lot of dominance right now. Bitcoin has a lot of dominance, and that's been the talk in the headlines for a while, is just how much Bitcoin dominance has been increasing. You can see even in the last 365 days, it's gone up a very significant amount, over 15, almost 20% in dominance there. So that was something that he wasn't factoring in, I'm sure, back when Bitcoin first started. Again, he was basically saying if it becomes the most used currency, again, this is probably the most stretched statement you can find on Bitcoin's value, and it's even more stretched because altcoins really weren't in the picture back then. But is it likely? To put it simply, I don't think so really at all. I don't necessarily know if people actually genuinely think that a $10 million Bitcoin price prediction from 2009 is valid now. They're certainly making videos on it, but is it possible? I think that's very much a stretch, and I think many of you watching will agree with the fact that we're struggling at 10,000 right now. 10 million is really far up there. It does not seem very likely or relevant to today in this age, but is it possible that 10 million per Bitcoin ever is a possibility? Maybe, but I do want to throw this out there, and that is many of you in the cryptocurrency space will have your dreams completely realized and come true in terms of financial gain, even if Bitcoin never gets anywhere close to 10 million. Even if it's a fraction of that at a million, many of you, I'm sure, will be ecstatic. Even 100,000 per Bitcoin will undoubtedly make many of you satisfied with your investment in cryptocurrency. I believe, going from 10,000 now to another 10x gains to 100,000 is probably satisfactory to many of you guys out there. But $10 million per Bitcoin, I'm not really feeling it. I don't really think that's possible, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're new, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave your opinion in the comments, and we can discuss Bitcoin's price.